Straight ahead on 12 News, preparing for the first big snowstorm of the season.
This year we've had it really easy.
But that's going to be changing fast. The people who plow say they are ready. Then a daycare dilemma. School's out, so what to do about children, especially those with special needs?
In the North Metro area, it's pretty much limited. There's not a facility that I've been able to find.
And interest rates and your pocketbook. A local expert tells us what to expect. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. So far, it has been described as a mild winter, even wimpy, but that's about to change.
If the forecasters are right, we could have a half a foot of snow by Tuesday. A winter storm warning is in effect for Hennepin County until 6 p.m. Tuesday. Eric Nelson reports on those getting ready to clear the snow and those eager to play in it.
Yeah, we're ready to go. We're going out at midnight.
This could be a whopper snowstorm.
This is a little bit bigger. It's one of those ones where your curbs start disappearing, your sidewalks start disappearing.
Which means Northwest Metro cities are getting ready to keep roads plowed and clear.
We're going to plow through the night, the whole city complete.
Maple Grove has a fleet of 18 plows and a crew of 23, ready to battle Mother Nature.
It takes a toll on them, especially if we come in at multiple nights in a row, but like this year we've had it really easy.
Their mission is to keep the city's 300 miles of roadway snow-free.
Please don't park on the roads until they're clear.
They also need help from residents to make that happen.
We have a lot of people cutting between plows right now, going around the wrong side of the plows when they are passing, which we don't recommend.
Now, these snowplow drivers have a tough job under trying circumstances. One thing you can do to help out is pull back your garbage can or recycling bin 5 feet from the curb.
The pre-storm hype means that some folks are taking precautions, just in case they get snowed in.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've packed up the house with all of our food and everything that we needed to survive, so we're good.
At Maple Grove Central Park, the city's popular ice trail was jammed with skaters today.
It's really cool. It's better than like a regular rink.
Well, it's kind of like a lazy river, you know, but frozen.
They are eager to see the snowflakes fly so they can participate in other winter activities.
Go sledding and then play pond hockey.
Wintertime, you got to enjoy it what it is. It is what it is, and you got to get out and enjoy it, and we have fun with it, and come skate and go sled and make snowmen.
I'm originally from California, but I love the winter.
It's nice with the snow around, kind of. Yeah, if there was no snow, it'd be kind of lame. Then you can like enjoy the outdoors more.
In Maple Grove, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
Maple Grove has only had to plow city streets twice this winter, which is way below average. Normally this time of year, the roads would have been plowed 8 to 9 times already.
And local cities are reminding drivers not to park on city streets overnight. The city of Crystal has already declared a snow emergency for Tuesday. And forecasters say the snow will come in a 1-2 punch starting toward the end of rush hour Monday night.
After that round is finished, we expect a brief lull in the action late this evening and into the middle overnight hours, with another round developing toward the morning rush hour sometime in the 4 to 5 a.m. time frame, and that will continue through the rest of the morning hours.
Additional state troopers will be called out in the metro area as well. During a 24-hour snowfall last year, they said 800 accidents were reported. MnDOT says it has already been out treating roads even before the storm arrives. The good news, they say, is that this storm is arriving during a holiday week when traffic volumes have been lighter.
On slippery days like we expect this week, there is always the threat of spinning out of control and crossing into oncoming traffic. The state has been installing cable median barriers since 2004 to help keep that from happening. Next summer, Highway 610 in Brooklyn Park will be the next stretch of road to get the barriers. They will stretch from Highway 252 to Highway 169. 610 has become a busy freeway with up to 80,000 cars per day traveling on it. This video from MnDOT traffic cameras shows how the barriers can absorb a crash and keep a car or even a truck from coming into oncoming traffic. State officials say the barriers are 95% effective at reducing fatal and life-changing crashes caused by vehicles crossing into oncoming traffic. Before being installed in 2004, the section of I-94 between Maple Grove and Rogers had 5 fatal crashes. The barriers cost about $150,000 per mile to build. The work on 610 is expected to begin next spring.
Well, the deadline is tonight, that's Monday night, to enroll in MNsure for health coverage to start on January 1st. And if you don't get health insurance coverage, you could be fined. At a Twin West Chamber of Commerce meeting earlier this month, MNsure CEO Allison O'Toole said MNsure is the only place where Minnesotans can qualify for financial help like tax credits and low-cost plans. She also outlined a new comparison tool that you can use to compare co-pays and deductibles that help make up the true cost of insurance.
New this year, we have a plan comparison tool that lets consumers compare plans based on actual utilization costs. In a year when premiums are rising so dramatically, this is particularly important. For decades, people have purchased insurance based on premium alone, and there's a lot more to it, as we all know.
To meet the expected demand, MNsure will keep its customer contact service open tonight. That's Monday night until 10 o'clock. But call volume is expected to be very high, and they advise not waiting until the last minute. School is out for winter break, and many families are struggling to find activities for their children.
Finding activities or daycare can be really difficult if you have a child with special needs. Reporter Sonia Goins tells us about a program that is inclusive for all.
A different kind of service is taking place at Prince of Peace Lutheran Church in Brooklyn Park.
School is out, so kids with special needs are probably not having very much to do.
Nope. The group's Quincy Fresh Beat Clubhouse and Multicultural Kids Network are hoping to change that by offering activities for children with special needs.
In the North Metro area, it's pretty much limited. There's not a facility that I've been able to find.
Donald Jackson started Quincy's Fresh Beat Clubhouse because of his 17-year-old son Quincy, who has Down syndrome.
I wanted to change the stigma behind special needs.
The goal is to provide a safe environment where the children can have fun and engage with other people. Today they are participating in music therapy. Each child played beats on African healing drums.
When we get kids engaged in a therapy session of music, A, they're being totally in their comfort zone, B, they're opening all their pathway to learn.
For Samba Fall, advocating for special needs children is personal.
He's just a miracle child.
His daughter Fatime was born premature and suffered some developmental setbacks. He says socialization has made a huge difference.
She speaks 3 different languages. She speaks English, she speaks French and Wolof.
As for Fatime and the other children, you don't have to guess if they're having a good time. The smiles on their faces says it all.
It's just a blessing for these children.
It makes me feel good because it's working. It's slow, but it's working.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The classes are Monday through Thursday. The program is free and runs from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. A fundraising event is also planned for December 30th, and we have more information on our website. That's 12.tv. Coming up, a change that will impact your pocketbook. We ask a local expert about the rise in interest rates.
And later in sports, the Champlin Park girls basketball team is holding its own against a tough early schedule.
But first, checking on a winter storm in your AccuWeather forecast. We'll be right back.
It was big news this month when the Federal Reserve decided to raise the short-term interest rate for the first time since June of 2006.
The 0.25% rise is a small one, but it's possible we could see a few more gradual rate hikes in the new year. So what does it all mean for the average consumer? And are there things to consider right now if you're thinking of making a big purchase or depositing money in the bank? They're all good questions addressed in this week's Business Matters. Whether there's a big purchase on the horizon, for example, a house or a car, or you're saving for something big with money in the bank, the small interest rate hike put into effect this month by the Federal Reserve affects millions of Americans. For consumers, the question is, what do you need to know right now to take advantage of the current interest rate and the possibility of rising rates in the new year? We put those questions to certified financial planner Bill Wixon of Wixon Advisors in Maple Grove.
There's some good news that investors or savers at the bank are going to get higher interest rates on CDs and on their savings deposits. It won't happen right away, but it should be easing up. Second, I would say if you're paying interest on your home or a car now, find out what's going to happen to those interest rates. See where they're going so you can prepare and plan for it.
Given the fact that we could see continuing interest rates rise, what should people know right now? Perhaps if they're thinking about a big purchase, a home, a car, is now the time to do it?
I would say, once we get that first raise in interest rates, they usually continue. Unless there's some economic event to really spiral our economy downwards, they'll continue to go up. So I would say yes, if you're contemplating a purchase of a home or a car and you're going to borrow money to do that, I would say a little sooner than later, actually, to take advantage of the low interest rates on the permanent plans that are still in effect.
And finally, credit card debt. Should people be thinking about paying that off? That's always good advice, but is it more applicable now?
Getting rid of credit card debt is great. But I would say you want to watch where interest rates are going and try to keep those interest costs to a minimum. Look at your statement and identify what you're paying in interest, and don't necessarily ever just pay what the minimum is. That's a formula to get a lot of interest in the bank's hands. You don't want that.
One other thing to consider, if you have an adjustable rate mortgage, check the terms, and you may want to consider locking it in now for 15 to 30 years to have a better idea of your overall budget going forward. Up next in sports, Wayzata takes on Hill Murray in a boys hockey holiday tournament showdown.
John Jacobson will have that and more when we come back. Well, I guess Hill Murray is a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Wayzata found that out.
They did find that out. Yeah, it's a tough day for the Trojans. 2 more days, though, in the tournament for them. The Wayzata boys hockey team had its 6-game winning streak broken last Tuesday in a loss to St. Thomas Academy. They were looking to get back on the winning track Monday afternoon when they faced off against Hill Murray in the tough gold division of the Schwann Cup tournament. Number 9 in white is Kyler Yo, son of Wild head coach Mike Yo. His shot here is stopped. They'll gather in the loose puck, set it up to Luke Rinaldo for the slap shot and goal. And it's a 2-0 Hill Murray lead in the first period. Second period, Brock Bramer with a nice setup of Dylan Mills cruising down the slot. That's the Pioneers' 3rd goal of the afternoon. Still in the second, and on the power play, Yo sets up Rinaldo for yet another goal. Hill Murray all over Wayzata, leading 4-0. The Trojans finally get on the scoreboard late in the period. Jeff Greniger scores, assists to Mark Senden and Colin Schmidt to make it a 5-1 game. But the Pioneers never let up. Marco Reifenberger scores in the 3rd period as Hill Murray skates over Wayzata 7-1. The Trojans play again Tuesday at noon. Several other local teams will play at holiday tournaments this week, including the unbeaten Maple Grove boys basketball team. The Crimson is 6-0 heading into this week. They will play 2 games in St. Cloud. The first is against defending state class 4A champion Apple Valley, which will present Maple Grove with a tough challenge.
Well, they've got a heck of a shooter in Gary Trent. They got a post presence. They've got guys that can attack and guys that can offensive rebound. So I think it's all about really remembering the scout and taking care of those things on defense, and that's how we're going to win the game.
It is a big measuring stick just to see where we're at right now and to see, it'll really point out things that we need to work on and things that we're doing well. But also it comes down that it's still December, so that it shows that we have a lot of things to work on, but we're really just excited for the opportunity.
The Crimson has won 5 of their first 6 games by at least 19 points. So for early in the season, all facets of Maple Grove's game seem to be clicking.
I think our starting 5 is averaging double figures. Nobody's really running away with our scoring, so our balance is really nice. Our assist to turnover ratio is great. So I really like the way we're playing. I like the way we're sharing the basketball. I like the way we're playing as a unit.
Maple Grove plays Apple Valley at 8:30 Tuesday night at St. Cloud State University. On Wednesday, the Crimson play St. Cloud Tech at Apollo High School, also in St. Cloud. The Champlin Park girls basketball team sure hasn't shied away from tough competition early this season. The Rebels are 3-3 heading into the 2-day Park Center Invitational, which starts Tuesday. They're 3-0 in Northwest Suburban Conference play under new head coach Josh Steck. That includes a 20-point win over the team that won their section last year, Centennial.
That felt really good, especially we've been pretty good rivals the past couple of years, always close games, and so it felt really good to pull that one out.
We really built our confidence coming off of 2 losses. Especially last year, we'd lose to Centennial maybe by 3 points. We knew we could play with them, and getting a 20-point win was really a confidence booster.
Champlin Park's 3 losses are to very good teams. Top-ranked Hopkins blew them out, and the Rebels had close games against Lakeville North and Minnetonka. They'll face another Lake Conference team, Eden Prairie, in the first game of the Park Center tournament on Tuesday. A tough early schedule will help the rest of the season.
Our first game of the season, we're nervous, and of course Hopkins doesn't help with that, but we came out, we were ready, and I think it's a good learning opportunity for us to get, to know what we need to work on for the rest of the season.
In the long run, it'll help us. I think that, when you play tough teams like Minnetonka and Hopkins and Lakeville North, teams that have predominantly been to the state tournament, that's where we want to be. That's where we want to go, and I think it helps us in the long run to play those tougher teams right off the bat.
Champlin Park and Eden Prairie tip off at 3:45 Tuesday afternoon at Park Center. You can see the game live on our website at 12.tv or catch the replay Thursday night at 7 o'clock here on Channel 12. And that's a look at sports for today.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead, we will show you a sparkling contest winner in New Hope.
We'll be right back.
Even though Christmas is behind us, there is still work to be done.
Including what to do about that Christmas tree. For most homeowners in the Northwest Metro, regular garbage haulers will pick up your Christmas tree in the next couple of weeks. But if you happen to miss your pickup date, there is another option for Hennepin County residents. You can drop off trees for free at the Malcolm Transfer Station that's in Minneapolis starting on January 4th, a week from today. Just bring a photo ID showing that you live in Hennepin County. Remember, of course, take off all the decorations, tree stands, and any plastic bags.
And if you've been watching Channel 12 for the past couple of weeks, you know it was a good year for holiday lighting displays.
Right, and some even landed an award. First place in the New Hope Sparkles Holiday Lighting Contest goes to the Larson family in the 3500 block of Ensign Avenue. We featured them back on December 10th. In all, there were 16 homes nominated for the New Hope contest, and winners will be recognized at the January 11th New Hope City Council meeting. And looking at that'd be a hard one to beat.
I was just going to say, I'm sure they had good competition, but still, that was a very good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you again tomorrow, beginning at 4 o'clock.